Hello, beautiful, magical soul. Thank you for coming to this Lilith Masterclass today. I see you, even though you're hiding behind your screen, or you may be hiding behind some of the parts that we're going to talk about today in your Lilith. I can tell that you are ready to transmute your shadows into self-acceptance because you took the first step today and you showed up. So I want to start by saying thank you for creating space to reconnect with yourself today. Hi, I'm Tiffany, and I'm so excited to connect with you today. And I would love to connect with you on a community called Grit, Grow, Rise that I have launched on Heartbeat Chat. There's an app that you can download onto your phone, or you can go to the website to join our community. And I am super passionate about transformation and empowering people to reconnect with who they truly are. A lot of times on our journey, we have some painful experiences happen, some tough lessons, some difficult relationships. And through those obstacles, we have an opportunity to grow and ascend on our journey. So I am super passionate about reconnecting you back to the light that's inside of you. And that starts by diving into the darkness and facing parts of you that you may have hidden away for a really long time. And I'm super passionate about helping you to integrate those parts of you so that you feel whole and confident and excited about life. So, as someone who has struggled with anxiety and depression, I am a mom and I have at times felt like I lost myself in motherhood and as a teacher. And through my spiritual practices, through neuro-linguistic programming, through astrology, through human design, through somatic release and plant medicine, I have been able to reconnect these lost parts of myself that I have hidden away for a really long time. And I'm really excited to continue the integration and to shine my light. And in that process, my intention is for you to be inspired and to feel safe to step into your light and to embody who you truly are at your most cosmic DNA level. Okay, we're going to jump right in and talk about Lilith. Lilith is a point in your birth chart. She also is an archetype of the divine feminine energy, this darker feminine expression that we all have access to. She can reveal where your deepest desires, shadows, and secrets are, or what they are, where you have felt shamed, judged, or deeply misunderstood. This can include taboo parts of your personality that you hide away from the world, maybe traits that you're afraid to express freely and unapologetically. This can be where you tend to be obsessive or destructive in your life. So, where you either go all or nothing. And this also, Lilith can also reveal to you where you can transmute your pain and take back your power. I want to start off by going over some of my intentions that I hope that you will gain through this workshop or masterclass. So you may notice it spells out grit. The first one is G, gather insights around your deepest desires, shadows, and secrets. And then we are going to release shame around parts of yourself that you've hidden away from the world. Then we're going to identify intuitive ways for you to be able to clear your trauma, your karma, and your shadows viscerally or somatically through the body, and to release any of that stuck energy or stuck emotions or limiting thoughts around these parts of you or about you. And then you'll be able to transform your shadows and empower yourself through radical self-acceptance. So, I want to give you a quick little introduction to mantra. So, mantra are intentional words that you can chant or repeat along with some music, and it is for a very specific purpose. So, since we are talking about Lilith, another wild divine feminine who helps you awaken that power energy within you, is Durga. And this mantra is super, super powerful for calling in protection and calling back your personal power. So all you need to do is follow along on the screen. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. I will include the link so that if you want to go listen to it for a longer amount of time or come back to this anytime where you're needing to call in power and protection, you'll have access to that. So, if you do not already know which zodiac sign your Lilith is in, I have provided two different websites that you can quickly pull it up. You can go to cafeastrology.com/ what's my black moon Lilith, or you can go to one that I'm going to show you on the next page. And you're going to need to know your birth date, which I'm sure you already know. You want to know or find out your exact birth time. If you don't know, it's okay. Just click that box and then put in the city that you were born in. Once you click submit, it's going to bring you to a screen which will show you your zodiac sign in Lilith. So once you enter the information from the last page, you're going to get a screen that looks sort of like this. You might have to scroll down a little bit, and it's going to show you have Black Moon Lilith in. It's going to give you the symbol and the degrees. But the main thing I want you to focus on right now is to just find out which zodiac sign your Black Moon Lilith is in. So if you use Cafe Astrology, it's going to be on that first line next to the green bar right there. So if you need to go ahead and pause the video and go look that up and then come back and unpause. If you went ahead and looked at it on Cafe Astrology, once you find out your sign, there is a way where you can go read more about your sign in Lilith. You can go ahead and do that at a later time if you would like. There is another calculator right here if you wanted to try a different one. And it's very similar to where you're entering your birth date, the time, and the city, and then you're going to calculate it. This site gives you 4 different options. For the purpose of this masterclass, we are just focusing on the mean Lilith, Black Moon, or the average. So that's going to be the top one in that box where it has the 4 different signs. Again, you're just focusing on the zodiac sign. So go find out your zodiac sign in Lilith. And the next slides, I'm going to give you a little information about each of the signs. So again, your Lilith is going to show or reveal to you, if you don't already know, your deepest desires, shadows, and secrets. And through this workshop, my goal is for you to be able to step into expressing those parts and calling those parts of you back to yourself. So this will be found under the transmutation part, where you can transmute or alchemize any pain or wounds back into your power and taking the wisdom from that and being able to integrate them so that you are feeling whole and empowered and confident as you step into your light. So if your Lilith is in Aries, your deepest desires are independence and leadership. Aries Lilith craves freedom and self-expression, pushing against restraints or constraints and authority. Shadows and secrets can be fear of vulnerability and dependency. There's a tendency to avoid acknowledging feelings of insecurity or weakness, preferring to mask them with bravado. And ways that you can transmute your Lilith in Aries is to embrace the vulnerability that comes with true leadership By acknowledging and accepting your fears and insecurities, you can cultivate a more authentic form of power that's both courageous and compassionate. If your Lilith is in Taurus, your deepest desires are stability and sensory pleasure, all about the senses. So, Taurus Lilith desires comfort, security, and material abundance, but often feels trapped by societal definitions of success. Some of your shadows and secrets may be fear of change and loss. Taurus Lilith can struggle with letting go of old habits or possessions, fearing instability or inadequacy. And ways for transmutation is to develop flexibility by exploring new ways to experience pleasure and security. Accept that true stability comes from within and that change can enhance your sense of abundance rather than diminish it. If your Lilith is in Gemini, your deepest desires are intellectual freedom and communication. Gemini Lilith seeks to explore diverse ideas and experiences, craving mental stimulation and connection. Your shadows and secrets may include fear of being misunderstood or trapped in a single narrative. There may be a tendency to avoid deep emotional entanglement, and you may prefer to stay on the surface, where Lilith is asking you to go really deep. So, ways for transmutation: allow yourself to dive deeper into emotional and intellectual experiences, embrace your complexity and the value of both sharing and receiving deeper truths. Lilith in Cancer, your deepest desires are emotional security and nurturing relationships. Cancer Lilith longs for a deep sense of belonging and family, often feeling a strong connection to past or ancestral roots. Your shadows and secrets may include fear of rejection or abandonment. There may be a tendency to protect yourself by withdrawing emotionally or becoming overly protective of loved ones. Ways for transmutation is to work on establishing boundaries while still embracing emotional openness. Accept that vulnerability can be a source of strength and that you can nurture yourself while still connecting deeply with others. Lilith and Leo, your deepest desires are self expression and recognition. You deeply crave being in the spotlight, though you might not allow yourself to very often. Leo, Lilith yearns to shine brightly and be appreciated for who they truly are, desiring creative and personal validation. Shadows and secrets may include fear of not being seen or valued. There might be a deep-seated insecurity about your worthiness or your impact, leading to a need for external validation. Ways for transmutation: focus on self-validation and authenticity rather than seeking approval from others. Embrace your uniqueness and allow yourself to shine without relying on external recognition for self-worth. If your Lilith is in Virgo, your deepest desires are perfection and meaningful contribution. Virgo Lilith desires to be of service and to make a tangible difference, often seeking to improve themselves and their environment. Shadows and secrets may include fear of inadequacy or criticism. There can be a tendency to be overly critical of oneself and others, struggling with feelings of not measuring up. Ways for transmutation is to practice self-compassion and accept that imperfection is part of the human experience. Redirect your critical energy towards constructive self-improvement and service, embracing your efforts and progress. And I just realized I did not underline transmutation. I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. My Lilith is not in Virgo, but the deepest desire of Virgo is perfection, and that's kind of bothering me that I did not underline it. So just roll with it. It's okay. You are perfectly imperfect, and that is what makes you so unique and amazing. Libra and Lilith, your deepest desires are harmony and partnership. Libra Lilith seeks balanced, fair relationships and a deep sense of connection with others, valuing beauty and cooperation. Your shadows and secrets may include fear of conflict or rejection. There might be a tendency to avoid confrontations or suppress personal desires in favor of maintaining peace. Ways for transmutation is for you to embrace authenticity in relationships by being honest about your needs and boundaries. Accept that true harmony includes acknowledging and addressing conflicts, leading to deeper, more genuine connections. If your Lilith is in Scorpio, your deepest desires are intensity and transformation. Scorpio Lilith craves profound experiences and connections, often exploring themes of power, control, and deep emotional bonds. Your shadows and secrets may include fear of vulnerability and loss of control. There can be a tendency to hide or suppress powerful emotions and desires, leading to issues with trust and intimacy. Ways for transmutation is to allow yourself to explore and express your deepest feelings and fears openly. Embrace transformation as a process of self discovery, accepting your shadows as integral parts of your strength and resilience. Sagittarius Lilith, your deepest desires are freedom and exploration. Sagittarius Lilith seeks adventure, intellectual expansion, and the pursuit of higher truths, desiring to break free from limitations. Your shadows and secrets may include fear of being confined or restricted. There may be a tendency to avoid commitments or responsibilities that feel limiting, leading to a constant search for new horizons. Ways for transmutation is to find a balance between freedom and responsibility by embracing commitments that align with your values and passions. Accept that true adventure includes both exploration and groundedness. Lilith and Capricorn, your deepest desires are achievement and authority. Capricorn Lilith desires to build something meaningful and lasting, valuing structure, discipline, and respect. Your shadows and secrets can include fear of failure and inadequacy. There can be a tendency to place immense pressure on yourself to succeed, which can lead to self-doubt and a fear of not measuring up. Ways for transmutation include redefining success on your own terms and allowing yourself to pursue goals with flexibility. Embrace your achievements and imperfections equally, accepting that your worth is not solely defined by external accomplishments. If your Lilith is in Aquarius, your deepest desires are innovation and individuality. Aquarius Lilith seeks to break free from societal norms and embrace a unique identity, valuing intellectual freedom and progressive thinking. Your shadows and secrets can include fear of isolation or being misunderstood. There may be a tendency to hide your true self or ideas to avoid rejection or alienation. Ways for transmutation include embracing your individuality and contributions with confidence, seeking out communities and relationships that support your unique vision. Accept that being true to yourself can lead to meaningful connections and personal fulfillment. Lilith and Pisces, your deepest desires are spiritual connection and emotional depth. Pisces Lilith craves a profound sense of unity and understanding, often exploring the realms of dreams and intuition. Your shadows and secrets can include fear of disillusionment and escapism. There may be a tendency to avoid reality or retreat into fantasies to escape difficult emotions or situations. And ways for transmutation Integrate your spiritual and emotional experiences into your everyday life, finding balance between dreams and reality. Embrace your sensitivity and intuition while grounding yourself in practical actions and self-care. So now that you're aware where your Lilith is in your birth chart and potential secrets or desires or shadows that you may have been hiding away and not integrating into your wholeness, you can take this a step deeper by doing some embodied somatic clearing. These are going to help you move any stuck energy or emotions, or even release limiting beliefs or thoughts that are no longer serving you as you step into your wholeness and authenticity. So, some ways that you can do some somatic release or somatic practices, embodied clearing, is through sweating, screaming, crying, shaking, orgasming, active breathing, authentic creating, and mantra chanting. And if you join my Grit Grow Rise community on Heartbeat, which I'm going to have a link for at the end, I am going to be including more resources that help you practice daily rituals to clear stuck energy and to help you move through these shadows or limiting beliefs and integrate these parts of your personality back into your body and back into your soul so that you feel whole and confident expressing your authentic self. So here's your chance to practice some somatic clearing or energetic clearing through breath of fire. So now that we've brought some of our shadows to the surface, sometimes that can feel, we can feel it in different ways in our body. So for example, as I become conscious of different parts of my shadow, parts of my personality that I've hidden away, or I become aware of limiting beliefs or triggers, I sometimes feel it in different parts of my body. So, for example, the other day I had this really intense pain between my shoulder blades, and it felt like anger. And I looked up the what emotion is stored in your back between your shoulder blades, and it actually was anger. And breath of fire is something that I use a lot to move through energy. What's nice about somatic practices is you don't even really need to know what you're moving through. Just by committing to the practice, you're going to move through and release and transmute whatever you are ready for. So this somatic practice is to help you move anger as we bring up some of these shadows and hidden desires. We may start to feel angry or have these memories play back in our mind of times where we were judged for expressing these parts of us that we hid away. And that is normal for you to feel that way. All of your feelings are valid. And I want to include a practice for you today. If you're having some anger or any kind of energy move or come up, we're going to move through that with breath of fire. So it doesn't even have to be anger. Breath of fire is really powerful for helping you to activate your solar plexus chakra, which is your power center. And again, we are talking about how to turn your pain into your power. So either way, this is going to help you activate that power center. And at the same time, with some light movement and breathing and intention, you are going to be able to move through anything that is no longer serving you. Okay, so if you do not have a journal or some paper next to you, if you will go grab that, we're going to take some time to do a reflection. And this is going to go back through that grit, the gather, release, identify, transform. And I have some prompts that I want you to just intuitively answer. Don't think too much about it. Just write down whatever comes to your mind first, because that's going to help you connect with your unconscious mind. So if you need to, go ahead and pause, grab some paper or grab a journal. And the first question we're going to gather. So, what are my deepest desires, shadows, and secrets? Then you're going to release. What parts of myself have I hidden away from the world due to shame? And then I want you to identify, what sensations do I feel in my body when I hide my true self? And then we're going to transform. So I want you to ask yourself, how would radical self-acceptance and expression feel if you were the version of you that felt limitless and empowered, and you were beaming with self-love? You had this radical self-acceptance, and you were able to express yourself authentically in a way that felt in alignment. How would that feel? I want you to picture yourself as if you were already that version of you, and I want you to write about it. So go ahead, and if you want to turn on some soft music, take some time, and I want you to intuitively write and answer these questions. I want to take a moment to thank you for showing up for yourself today. Thank you for taking time to explore Lilith in your birth chart with me, and for being open to transmuting any shadows back into where you can step into your light and empowering yourself, calling that power back to you and transmuting any pain back into your power. It was such an honor having you join me today. I'd love to stay connected with you and guide you deeper along your journey into coming back home to who you truly are. And a way that you can do that is by joining a brand new community that I am launching through Heartbeat. And if you look up the app, it's Heartbeat Chat. And I have a link that you can click on the slide here, and you can join our community. There are going to be other online courses if you want to dive deeper into your birth chart, which is a map of who you are and who you came here to be. And I also will have different events through that community, different moon circles on the full and new moon and full moon, and then along with portal days. So today is a Lionsgate 888 portal. And so days like this, where it's like 7788, we will get together, come together in community. We will work through releasing limiting beliefs. We will work through moving stuck energy, aligning your energy centers, which are called your chakras, doing some movement, some light breath work, and some other embodied somatic practices to help you fully step into who you truly are and who you came here to be.